Good morning. I was reading this morning in First Samuel and I came across the story of Hannah. Now, Hannah desperately wanted a child, and she was married to a man who had another wife, who that wife had had many children. And she taunted her and she told her things that made Hannah cry. And Hannah went to the temple and she prayed in anguish to God. She poured her heart out to him. She really, really wanted a son. And God granted that request. And she had told God beforehand that if he granted her request for a son, that she would give him back to the Lord. She would bring him to the temple. And so finally, when Hannah had her son and she had weaned him, she brought him to the temple and she gave him to the high priest Eli. Now Eli took him in and raised him. But when Hannah gave him, in my thoughts, I would think, here she was in anguish because she wanted a son, and God gave her a son, and then she gave him right back to God. That moment must have been really, really difficult for Hannah. That must have made her really sad. But in 1 Samuel, in the second chapter, verse 1, after she had given her son Samuel to Eli, she prayed and she said, "My heart rejoices in the Lord. My horn is exalted in the Lord. I smile at my enemies because I rejoice in your salvation." And she goes on to say, "No one is holy like the Lord, for there is none beside you, nor there any rock like our God." And she goes on with this psalm of praise to God. And it's a delight. She is joyful, she's happy. And this tells me that when we give to the Lord and we give out of the free will of our heart, it makes us happy. It brings us pleasure. It gives us delight. And that's where Hannah found herself here. And the story goes on to say that after she had given Samuel to the Lord, that she was blessed with sons and daughters. She was blessed abundantly because she gave what little she had out of joy. God blessed her abundantly with more. So that led me to think, what do I give joyfully to the Lord? Do I give my time? Do I give my talents? Do I give my children? Do I give my tithe? Do I give offerings? What do I give to the Lord? Do I give of myself? Now, how do we do that? Well, we hold it freely. We hold it openly. We expect God to ask us to be able to utilize this particular thing or that particular thing. And what about our children? We teach the things of the Lord to them. We take the time from ourselves and pour it into our children to teach them the Word of God. These are sacrifices that we give joyfully, and these are sacrifices that the Lord will bless. The Lord will pour out in abundance over and above what we could ever possibly give. So I hope that you have a blessed day today, and I hope that you hear the Lord call you to give of yourself, to give of things that He has already given you. And I hope that you heed that call to give joyfully to the Lord. Be blessed today.